miss the Yeti liquid death casket cooler. So we're going to pull forward Pro Chargers apiece. Side by side 370s, a 71.8 for Bajinga and a 76.6 for Clayton. 967 down low for Bajinga and 987 down low for Bob Clayton. As Kevin Bacon has that hot rod tuned up over there. My man, Patrick Barnhill, PTP, tuning that machine up right there. Manny Bajinga closing the gap there on his competition ahead of him in the number 1 slot.
Well, shout out to the crew getting the racetrack back shaped up after that little drizzly action. We're continuing on here with Pro 275. And that was a shout out to the track crew. Right down the boulevard they went. Russell Johnson Jr. over here on the VP side of the racetrack, currently in the number 7 slot with a 416. Burnell Body Shop side in the number 8 slot with an earlier 439.
No, it's not Jay there. It's Kevin McCurdy in the left lane.
Kevin McCurdy in the left lane. So let's see what Kevin's got for us. Making some final adjustments down there on the starting line. And our Q2 Pro 275, the final session, final couple of categories. The Pro Mods are in the staging lanes. None of them went back to the trailer. They are waiting to get on the racetrack. For those of you that might have hit the highway, you're going to miss one. All right, here we go. Flight there for Russell. How about a 383, 195 mile an hour going into the number 6 slot?
That'll take care of itself right there.
That was getting down the boulevard.
Speaking of getting down on the boulevard, y'all need to go south on the boulevard there if you're standing around the starting line for no reason. Just because Papa Halsey is over there getting ready to go 350s down the track don't mean that ain't nobody watching nothing. Blaine Johnson coming at you from Hainesport, New Jersey here. Number 3 in the Cecil County Shootout series here. The old supercharged hot rod in the right-hand side of the racetrack. And Luis Cortino from Nanuet, New York. 734.4. So they will definitely be picking up some horsepower here. So let's see, blown horsepower or nitrous. 959 cubic inches or 520-something cubic inches here for Blaine Johnson. Vegas, number 5 qualifier, 193 mile an hour. Scortino will pick up a bunch, but not improve a lot there. That'll bring us to Brian Chin and Mark Binston Jr., another one of those cars. Well, both cars. I mean, Chin driving the former Mohall car, and now his car. So I'm sure the performance has not fallen off, as both men are same size and stature there, so it's not like you got a bigger guy in the car or anything like that. It's not to run 360s. I mean, we'll just see. It's got the same guy tuning it and all that stuff. And Martin Binston Jr. there, no longer in the show mod, but a very fantastic race car there. Took down all of the big tire wheelie bar having machines there, and Outlaw vs. Extreme at World Cup Finals. I mean, he pretty much qualified more than 3/4 of the pro modified field there that was running the same weekend at the NHRA Pro Mod. That was kind of a cool thing.
Well, let's see. How low can they go?
Went a 569.7 at 254 miles an hour in the quarter mile. Wow, that is ridiculous. So yeah, this car definitely has some, it's definitely capable of going faster than 46 mile an hour here. So see a couple purge of the nitrous here for Brian Chin. Oh, Big Fletcher Cox walks away from the car, says we're gonna watch this thing do some work here. Benson gonna spool up the Nagasaki Noisy Boys there on the left-hand side and try to send this unit down the Cecil. Good shot for Brian Chin there. We were watching Benson to make sure he didn't go all the way out of the beam, but goes from bottom of the sheet to number 9. That's something to start with, 389.1. So you're not going to have Mohall first round. That's a plus there.
Brian finally able to get her down the racetrack.
Yeah, nice shot for Brian Chin there. I mean, they will, you know, he said, I've been a busy man. You know, I've had this Cadillac, and I don't think I've raced it at all. His other car, because I was like, oh, I'll be able to race it, and you know, it just hasn't really worked out. Like, we've been busy. So Jared Schutte here is it falls silent. He got to fire to back up right there. And Timothy Oros was actually kind of interesting. I'm driving down the road on the way to Cecil. I'm like, man, that's a nice rig. And then I'm like, oh, look, that's Jared Schutte's place. So he definitely doesn't have very far to drive. Just right across the line there. And left-hand side, he's got a long drive. Timothy Oros coming at you. Mr. Wonderful Motorsports, the J-Lo Racing Engines machine there, as Al Tucci loves to say. Richard Gere, my man's got a value pack of white V-neck undershirts that he chooses to wear on the outside. I think a lock-up transmission finally in this machine, and he's had this car forever here on the left-hand side. A paint body man by trade. We have a car stuck on the track, or again. That's all right. He just turned the ignition back on.
True statement?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have that sometimes.
All right, we were just quickly going out and double checking the racetrack at the top end of the race course. The word came back on the radio clear, so back up and put them into the beams, and here we go.
I don't know if Shooty's car is like, I mean, definitely it's ought to be warmed up after a burnout, but the fuel map might be a little off or something, but it is just not one to idle. Hopefully it sounds good once it gets on the chip there. But Timothy Oros, both these cars, well, I don't think Shooty made a hit earlier, and Oros got pushed off, so let's see if Mr. Wonderful can go 370s here. Well, it tried to go once it went to go. Neither one of them are going to be happy with that performance. But Shooty will out-qualify.
All right, we need to clear the starting line, please. Clear the starting line before it can run any more cars. We need to clear that starting line area, please.
Go on back now. Y'all go on.
Trying to get out there and prep the racetrack. Need to clear those people out of the starting line area, please. So we can get the tractors and groom the track as we're getting ready to go into Pro Mod.
and girls, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Q2 of Pro Modified. These teams are looking for $50,000. One of them said, I'll take $50,000 and the four-peats to be the only one to do it. Steve King coming at you left-hand side of the racetrack in the Savage Corvette. Supercharged power backing it on up. The big old floppy Hoosiers on the back. Got the race car spurs out there trying to keep it planted down as it rolls through the 660 here. As Cecil County Dragway, this is Yellow Bullet Nationals Pro Mod Q2 coming at you. And the DMPE Chevelle here on the right-hand side of the racetrack. Big thank you to Farks Supercars here for Jersey. Chris Russo piloted Hot Rod here in the right-hand side of the racetrack. Russo, number 16 qualifier, 9:45.3 at 51 mile an hour. So it seemed like everybody went fastest to slowest, and then it looks like here we're going slowest to fastest as far as categorically the qualifying sheets are concerned. Steve King ever won here?
Steve what?
King? Has he ever won?
Number one qualifier a couple years ago, no, never won.
Had a couple of number one qualifiers here for the Corvette in the left lane, but victory has escaped him here, and especially the past 3 years where Decker Jr. has said, look, you ain't playing in my sandbox here. You can already see the blow up here. 175, way down on the mile an hour there, as he eventually just said, all right, that's good enough for me. King will go number 10 there. It's a nice shot for him, so he'll go from 15 to 10. That'll put Jensen back down at 15. Russo will stay 16. I don't know if we're going to have any new entries, but if we do, could potentially knock out either Jensen or Russo or both. But right now, Andy Jensen is our next contestant down the 660 here, the 68 small block Camaro.
2018 runner-up and number one qualifier.
About the sunglasses there, player. Jason Lee, Vernon, California, here on the right-hand side of the racetrack is, well, that's where the car owner, Eric Gustafson, used to call home. I think he's a Texan now. Probably shares time between the two. There where Coast Packing Equipment, the Lard company, is. You see Viva and a couple other their companies there on the side. PTP Racing is point to point. That is Jason Lee and Patrick Barnhill. So we'll see what Trucker and the rest of the crew have in store here for the machine in the right lane. So they've been struggling with this unit. Looks like they might have kind of figured it out there. It did get good down low, but had some issues and they coasted. So we'll see what the small block can do against the Noonan machine here in the right-hand side of the racetrack. 958 down low, 379, 3193. Yeah, baby, it's a party in the pits. How about a 373.6 at 202 for the small block machine of Jensen? Jason Lee, he will move up to number 14. Jensen will go to number 11 right there, and the highlighter pants are excited on the Jensen machine side of the racetrack.
Steve, I got your what's that? Oh, yeah.
Chuck Olsch coming alive here on the right-hand side of the racetrack. The Roast Racing Engine machine. Mount Airy, Maryland for the 68 Chevy Camaro. He'll be backing up 521 cubic inches of screwdriver. His opponent, James Beadling from Olmsted Falls. I think it's Olmsted Falls, Ohio. On the left-hand side of the racetrack. Number 15 qualifier, 380 with a 164 mile an hour. So Beadling had the ET, and then something happened between the 600 foot and the 660 there. It was definitely down a mile an hour, and we're gambling here. My man said, where are we at? Just a reminder to all my gamblers out there, it is 3 bulbs for a drag race. If you don't have 3 bulbs, it is not a race. I don't care how you bet, 3 bulbs for a race. Quick spray of the de-icer, and we are ready to go racing here in Q2. Pro Mod, $50,000 on the line here at the Yellow Bullet Nationals. Nice shot right there, 367.6 for Beadling and Olsch, 363.0, 208 mile an hour of Roche Racing Engines supercharged Pro Mod power there. He'll go to number 3, sitting behind Derek Ward and everybody, sitting behind Jim Halsey. It's been quite the race here as Melanie Salemi is looking for a little bit of redemption here. The 68 Firebird coming at you. She run it up in 2022 and don't believe made it back for 23. And Camilo Velez here from Lake Wales, Florida, the 68 Camaro.
I'm going to go out there and check the racetrack real quick. Go down to the top end.
That's good.
Verify there's nothing on the course there to continue on with our qualifying session number 2 for the Pro Mods. And we're getting down to the final couple of machines here this evening as we wind things down. Pass along the fact that we're going to close the gates at midnight. So kind of keep that in mind. And they'll have security on gate number 1 for you to go on and off the property. It's been a good evening of activity here, a good day of qualifying sessions 1 and 2, and time runs for some of the other categories, and we'll change it all around, get ready to rock and roll for Q number 3, and that'll kick off tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. So Pro Mod's back there, just about set to go as we get the word from the track here. Need to clear the starting line. Got to get the rotator out. Just go down there and touch up the racetrack just a bit with one of the John Deere rotators. Yeah.
So we've had a couple of questions up here in the tower about tomorrow's run order. According to the official internet flyer, the Q3 run order in the morning: Pro 275, LDR, Pro Mod, Ultra, Warriors, 850, Top Sportsman, 10-0, and Pro Dial. And when we get finished up with that, E1 will come around for 10-0, Pro Dial, 850, Top Sportsman, Ultra, Warriors, LDR, Pro 275, and Pro Mod. So we'll pretty much, when we do E1, I must say, I've been here a couple times, we'll pretty much do E1, it's going to be the same thing as we did today here.
All right, should be ready to rock and roll here. Camilo Velez. Melanie Salemi. We continue on in this Q2 qualifying for Pro Mods here under the lights at Cecil County Dragway. 15th Annual Yellow Bullet Nationals in full swing on a Friday. side of the racetrack, the R&R Racing Products machine. Melanie over there on the Purnell Body Shop side. Camilio in the 11 slot right now, 372. Melanie in there at 373. Bring them to the starting line, do a final check, and get ready to rock and roll. Go. $365 for Melanie, 206.51 mile an hour to the number 5 slot. Emilio going through there, stopping the timers, 372, 201. Camilio stay in that 12 slot with that earlier 372.
Feels like my house. We have an air conditioner in the bedroom. Just so we're not running.
Currently our number 9 and number 11 qualifiers coming to the starting line right now. Matt Deesh out of New York. 69 Chevrolet over there on the Purnell Body Shop side. VP side of the racetrack, the Camaro out of Pennsylvania. Mike Achenbach. The Mountain Man?
Mountain Man Motorsports.
Getting ready to bring it to the starting line. Both cars have been in the 60s earlier today. See what they got for us here in this evening session. $367 to a $369, 204 for Mike over here on the VP side of the racetrack. They go right down to Boulevard. They were working it. You could see that. bringing the wheels up and setting them down and getting down that 660.
Yeah, if you want to go 11 or faster, you got to go 367.6 or faster. So they definitely in the 360 hunt here. And as we are getting towards the top end of the ladder here, we will see if some of these higher 360 numbers can chop it down a little bit here. Like the next pair here, Decker Jr., the back-to-back-to-back three-time champion. ISI Demolition, Middlesex Metals, WYO Motorsports, AutoFab Race Cars, Tie Drive, Decker Salvage West, and Maxima Oils. 2017 Camaro here. Going to be coming on back, looking for the 4 Pete's. It's not been done in Yellow Bullet history. He has joined an elite club of 3 Peters, but no one has 4-peated. And Bubba Green, no relation to myself here, South Carolina. I'm getting after it here as I'm gonna have to check it out tomorrow before we get started, but I'm pretty sure the airbrush on the front of this thing is like the Maximum Overdrive, the toys, you know, the killer clown truck. And if it wasn't, it probably is now. They're like, oh yeah, that's what we was going for. So we'll see your number 7 and number 8 qualifiers. If they were to meet in eliminations, this would be the closest qualified entry between the two. That's close. There's a better picture of it. That's close. It looks cool. So we're going to see 366 apiece. 63 apiece right there. Chipped after it. 63.4 and a 63.5. So they will go from 7 and 8 to 4 and 5. That was
big speed, 207 mile an hour.
That was what the teams are looking for here. After Hollywood makes its pass, it's going to be all chip beef here later on in the pits down in the Decker clan down there.
Those things are tied together side by side all the way down the boulevard there. Big speeds, 206, 207. Still, you're tad bit back there when all of these laid down the
Well, they just leapfrogged a couple of people that still haven't even passed yet, so you're going to see people like Tommy Gray here, who is coming at you here, the Undertaker Motorsports machine. 31 years of pro mod. As a driver and tuner, he said, man, I've been at this racetrack since I was 8 years old with my pops, Tommy Gray Sr. and Carl Hobbs in the old pro stock days. This is it's a man that takes his sponsorship and stuff very seriously, always gives us a handwritten note here of all the things to say, and, you know, if you got some people out there, you might want to take a note here, but you know, want to thank A Plus IT Group and Computers, Richards Automotive, Carter Site Services and Paving, VP Fuels, Charles Dustin Nass Excavating, Ted's Towing, United Rentals, and Gray Transport and Heavy Haul. Just like Mike Decker the third, Mr. Hollywood over here. Just thanking ISI Demolition, AutoFab Race Cars, Middlesex Metals, WYO Motorsports, Tie Drive, Decker Salvage West, and Maxima Racing Oils. Want to make sure those companies that are cutting the checks for the stickers on the side of their car get a little more than just a snippet in the picture. There's both of them trying to get a little bit of heat in the motor there, get it a little warmed up, get it ready to go. We just seen Junior go a 63.5. We'll see if Hollywood can best that, since he's been knocked down at peg or two. This crew guy is fired up over here. 63-1, getting after it. He'll out-qualify Pops right there by just a little bit. And Tommy Gray will stay number 7. Hollywood moves up to 4, knocks down Bubba Green and Pops. Down a couple pegs. Tommy Gray will stay number 7, and we still got a few more to go here. Actually, up here to go. And this is it. The final count. Sounded better in my head, but Derek Ward, the 68 Firebird, and Daddy Shark here, Jim Halsey. Numero uno. Your one and only Vato, baby. 358.9, 210 for the Fulton Power Machine there on the left-hand side of the racetrack. So if our collective heads remember together here, it's quite an exciting finish there. I do believe this is a rematch here from the finals of the World Series of Pro Mod, where they swung a brand new bullet in Halsey's car, and so Derek Ward and company waited, and then like Ward's car wouldn't start, so they like pushed it back to the pits, and like everybody came over to change the starter on the thing because it starts in the car. It doesn't have like the the snout starter. I guess you can't run both or something. I don't know, but it's one of them deals where it's like a true show of sportsmanship where you do give the guy all the time. Some people might have, had some things to say. Had Halsey been like, nah, fam, like, you can't make it, you can't make it. But he said, look, like, what goes around comes around, and it did end up not working out in his favor, but if you don't make the chip, you don't know, right? So you got to be there to, to even have a shot.
So maybe a little bit of revenge.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right, let's see what they got for us. Derek Ward and Mr. Jim Halsey.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Halsey or Ward, either one of them, you got nothing to lose. You absolutely just throw the kitchen sink at it. I'd say if we see something, we're going to see like an 890 60 foot out of Daddy Shark here in the right lane. Get out of here. 58.2, 208 miles an hour. He was 903 down low, so he was almost the 890 60 foot there. Derek Ward, neither one will improve. I mean, they improved on their performance, but qualified position. Folks, thank you for coming out here. A wonderful Friday night action. We start at 9 o'clock in the morning with Pro 275. Be safe on your way out of here. If you drink, don't drive. Do the watermelon crawl. And yeah, we will see y'all tomorrow for Q3, and then later on in the evening hours, we're going to get started with E1. Half the field is going home tomorrow.
Wow. Okay, we had some exciting racing today, didn't we? Okay, all righty. Congratulations to everybody, and congratulations for a very, very safe night of racing. Okay, Tomorrow, they'll have cars on track at 9. We will be live at 8:45, just so that we make sure everything is everything before they get those cars out there, okay? So there they go. Anyway, yeah. Thank you to Weldon High Performance. That's our presenting sponsor for this live feed. Also to PA Racing, Salvato Designs, MBE Cylinder Heads and Manifolds, Billet Atomizer, Pro Systems, Induction Solutions, Mosier Engineering, JAMA Racing Ministry, and Fast Times Motorworks. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here, and it wouldn't be completely free to you, the viewer. Okay, say your goodbyes to each other, because I got to get ready for tomorrow. Okay, good night.
Welding, pumps, regulators, filters, fueling champions.